President Donald Trump has a well-reported habit of exaggerating his accomplishments. On January 10, The Washington Post reported that Trump made more than 2,000 inaccurate claims during his first 355 days in office, including taking credit for job announcements that had been publicized before he took office and falsely claiming he inspired the biggest electoral win in decades. He frequently discredits reports that contradict him, or portray him in an unflattering light by labeling them fake news. As we approach Trump's second year in office, it becomes increasingly difficult to decipher the facts peppered throughout displays of political theater, especially when the president is discussing himself. So Teen Vogue teamed up with PolitiFact to spell it all out. Here are a few of the misleading statements the Trump administration keeps telling about itself. Point 1. Despite claims of historic productivity, Trump actually signed fewer laws than any other post-World War II president in his first calendar year in office. One of Trump's more familiar claims came again on December 27, 2017, at a West Palm Beach, Florida, fire station, when Trump said, "We have signed more legislation than anybody. We broke the record of Harry Truman," according to a report published less than a week prior by GovTrack.us. With 94 bills signed into law, Trump has signed the fewest bills into law by this point in any recent president's first year. This tally is less than half what Bill Clinton signed in the same time frame and 8 less than George W. Bush. Trump did technically sign more bills than Truman during his first 100 days as president, though the content of much of the legislation wasn't significant. That bill-signing pattern has not kept a pace throughout the year. Trump did spend an unusual amount of his time at campaign-style rallies and golfing trips at his luxury resorts. Point 2. Trump falsely claimed his first State of the Union ratings were the highest in history. On February 1, Trump tweeted the TV ratings for his first State of the Union speech were the highest number in history, 45.6 million viewers. Trump's numbers were correct, although his claims of unprecedented popularity were misleading. This year's viewership was high for cable news. However, that is hardly the primary way for people to such speeches. 5 other State of the Union speeches raked in more viewers, and 3 other presidential addresses to joint sessions of Congress did, too, including his own in 2017, according to Nielsen rankings, which began collecting the data in 1993. George W. Bush had 62 million viewers in 2003, Bill Clinton 53 million in 1998, W. Bush 51.8 million in 2002, Obama 48 million in 2010, and Clinton 45.8 million in 1994. Trump also claimed his speech helped Fox News attract more viewers than his competitors for the first time ever. This also contradicts the facts. The network's ratings consistently beat other cable providers during this annual event. Point 3. Before taking office, Trump repeatedly claimed, "I'm self-funding my campaign." This does not represent the facts. Trump often claimed that he paid for his own presidential campaign, an alleged marker of his wealth, and members of his staff repeated this idea. Trump's former campaign manager, Corey Lewandowski, said in February 2016 that Trump is self-financing his campaign, "so we don't have any donors." Soon after, PolitiFact, using Federal Election Commission records, found thousands of supporters had contributed a combined $6.6 million to Trump's campaign by the end of 2015, or 34% of the campaign's resources at the time. There was, and still is, a donate button on Trump's official website. Hefty chunks of that campaign budget were paid to Trump's own businesses. For example, Quartz reported in 2015 that his campaign had already paid $160,000 to rent spaces in several Trump-owned buildings and $1.2 million to the private jet company that he owns. Additionally, at least $12.6 million of Trump's early contributions to his campaign were loans rather than donations. Rick Hasen, an expert in election and campaign finance law at the University of California, Irvine, told PolitiFact at the time it would be unfair to imply a candidate who loans money to his campaign, but who expects to be paid back by the campaign, actually ran a self-funded campaign. Trump often boasts about his money management and deal-making skills, but from his campaign finances to his struggle to mediate political conflict, so far it appears the president is not the deal-maker he claims to be. Related, Trump and his administration's biggest lies about Russia. Check this out.